We are watching this frontal boundary that is off to our west, and again, talking about that little disturbance down there in Texas, moving a few of those clouds into our area. So that's what you see out there. We're going to clear out for a little bit, but once this frontal boundary starts to make its way a little bit closer, it's going to again intersect with that cooler air. It's going to make its way to our more warm, moist air, and that is going to cause a bit of a disturbance with a few of those thunderstorms that we're talking about on Saturday. But again, right now, just a few clouds out there, high clouds at the most. We are looking currently at temperatures mainly in the 50s and the 60s, 63 here in central Arkansas, a few 50s here and there. It was certainly cooler yesterday morning, but we expect it to be a bit warmer today, and the high is going to be a bit warmer too, 87 for a high. Our record is 89, so very, very close. And to our south, they're certainly going to get that as we're seeing that warmer air again pushing in from Texas, and a lot of 90s down there in the southern portion of the state. So we're going to have to keep an eye again and might have a new record today. We'll see. We're still a little ways away from it, but we do have a weather impact alert for Saturday, that low end risk of severe weather with damaging wind, large hail, and possible tornado. Again, this is low risk, but we need to make sure we are staying weather aware. The timing of this storm is still shifting a bit. One model is dragging it out a little longer than the other, so no matter the timing of it, it's still going to impact some outdoor events, and that's why we do have this weather impact alert. Not looking for a huge outbreak of severe weather, although we could again have some severe storms, but a lot of folks are going to be outside, so we've got to make sure that we are just paying attention. That's going to be in the afternoon and the evening, and again, those strong to severe storms, but making sure you're staying informed and reviewing that severe weather plan, and download that THV 11 Plus app if you haven't already done that. We'll be streaming live before, during, and after the storm, and so that way you'll be able to see what's going on across the state and if you're in the clear and maybe what's headed your way. The Storm Prediction Center has kept this 2 out of 5 category for us here for that severe weather risk, and again, mainly looking at winds, some larger hail, and that isolated tornado is certainly possible. So let's take a look at the difference in these models here. This is our in-house model, and it does have things rolling into northwest Arkansas tomorrow morning. And as we're heading into the noon hour, we're seeing a lot of that start to push through, and we're seeing it elongate a little bit here. This is around 2:30. This is kickoff for the Razorback game, so might be a little bit of delay if we're going off of this model. It's pushing through, and then by late afternoon, we're going to see that rolling through central Arkansas, making its way into northeastern Arkansas and to the south. And then it's on out of here as we're heading into the evening. So could see a little resurgence, a little pop-up storm here and there, but those won't be too much. That main line is what we are watching as far as that model goes. But let's look at the HER here. This is going to be Saturday around 10 a.m. Again, keeping in mind the other model had it already here, but it is still way back there in Oklahoma if you are following this track. Not really moving into our area till closer to noon, and right on top of northwest Arkansas, right in time for the Razorback game. So keeping that in mind, it splits it up just a little bit, not quite that mass that we saw earlier, but this is going to be around 4:30. Again, hasn't quite made it to the central portion of the state. It's on its way, but we are still seeing, again, maybe a couple little rounds here. And as long as we have that elongated storm, we're hoping that's more of a wind event. If it starts breaking up a little bit, that's more of a tornado threat. So keeping that in mind, this doesn't get things out of here until the middle of the night, early morning on Sunday. So you see our dilemma here. Now, the atmosphere is primed for both scenarios. It's just a matter of the timing of this front, which we will know more about today. It's every day gets clearer and clearer. It's been a tough system to forecast. We do have that weather impact alert. You'll see that it's red. We had the advisory all week where we were just letting you know to maybe have a plan B if you are looking for any outdoor activities Saturday. But we've got some really nice fall weather. That's right, fall weather headed our way. It might even stick around for a good while as we're going to see those lows in the morning time around the 50s, and Monday morning we'll all certainly need a jacket. There's gonna be a whole lot of 40s across the state, but we are going to continue to see those 70s all week long next week.
It's going to be another warm day, especially if you head towards the afternoon with skies clearing, high temperatures in the low to mid 80s, a little bit of a southerly breeze as well, especially if you head towards the afternoon, anywhere from about 5 to 15. For tonight, low temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s, possibly a low 70 there in the Poto area. Clear skies with clouds building in late. The light southerly wind around 5 to 10. And for the early night hours, if you're heading out to high school football games, including our game of the week between Fort Smith Southside and Van Buren. Kickoff in Van Buren about 79 degrees, so it's going to be a mild night. You saw there with the low temperatures, but again, staying in the mid to upper 70s throughout in the River Valley. The northwest Arkansas area will probably stay in the 70s as well, so definitely not going to need the blankets for this one, and that's due to elevated moisture as well as more cloud cover, at least early on. You can see those showers right now on the southern edge of the River Valley. Those will continue to move off to the north and a little bit to the east as we head throughout the morning hours. Again, they're remaining pretty light. Most of us are going to stay dry, but for those heading out, just be mindful of a little bit of a light shower. Otherwise, big picture, that cold front we've been talking about for really the past 5 days is now right approaching our western edge. You can see it in Kansas here, and it's slowly going to move southeast during the day tomorrow and cross over with a little bit of warm and moist air that's currently sitting here. And when you have very different air mass, a very cold and dry air mass behind it with a very warm and moist air kind of interacting with it, when they collide, you get massive lift and the potential of strong to severe storms. So that's the case for us for tomorrow. Again, still a level 2 out of 5 risk for the entire 5 News coverage area. We're starting to get a little bit of a better idea for the timing tomorrow as well. Could start as early as 10 a.m. on our northwestern edge and exit our eastern edge at about 5 o'clock. Main threats will be hail up to 1.5 inches or ping pong ball size hail. These are going to be favored with early storms. The storms are kind of developing with those kind of single cells or by themselves. Then as we see more organization, a wind threat develops, possibly up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. And the tornado chance is possible, especially the farther east you live, because it's going to be a little bit later during the afternoon, has more energy to tap into. So let's show you for the rest of the day today into tomorrow. Again, we're going to see cloudy skies this morning. Those showers start to move in from the south to north. Again, besides maybe a stray shower, we're dry or very quiet. And then this evening, you're seeing plenty of clear skies. Again, should be nice, whatever you're doing this evening. Now let's head to tomorrow morning. This is what everyone wants to know. So here's 7 o'clock. See those showers and storms off to our northwest. And then again, as early as 10 o'clock, but here's 1 mile's depiction around 11. Starting to see it on our northwestern edge, and now going hour by hour. Here's noon. Again, you're seeing a little bit of some cells start to develop. 1 o'clock starting to become a little bit more organized now. You can see especially in northwest Arkansas. 2 o'clock, obviously those at the Arkansas Razorback games. Again, keep an eye on this. Could see some heavy rain by kickoff. 3 o'clock now spreading towards the river valley. And you can see these individual cells. That's where we'll have to watch for potential of that tornadic and large hail activity. 4 o'clock now on our eastern edge, and then 5 o'clock, the severe threat is over. Could see additional showers and storms behind that, but that's not expected to be severe. This would be below severe criteria because it's already seen all that energy wrapped up. Then we should see that chance end by 10 o'clock at the latest. So again, continue to keep an eye on the forecast. That's the latest timing for you. And of course, if anything changes, make sure to keep you posted. Otherwise, after Saturday, very dry, very comfortable. Temperatures dropping about 15 degrees. Notice overnight lows for many of those nights are in the mid 40s. So now we're finally starting to feel like fall. High temperatures in the 60s and low 70s. It does briefly warm up on Monday, but notice that again, we're back to temperatures in the 70s. So again, just keep an eye on the forecast for Saturday. Otherwise, after that, looking very nice and very fall-like.